Hello and welcome to Post Perspective TV. I'm Dana McCallum, and we are celebrating, unfortunately, once again, IBC season this year. Hopefully, we'll all be together at IBC next year. And we're very happy to have joining us today Miguel Doncel from SGO. Good morning, Miguel.
Good morning, Dina. Very nice to see
or
you.
I should say good afternoon to you or good evening. I'm in LA.
It is.
Miguel is in Madrid. So we're really taking advantage of our Zoom platform today. So to just dive right in, as if we were sitting in Amsterdam talking, which hopefully we will be next year.
Hopefully.
Our industry has been changing on a dime for years now. And in the last few years, it's obviously been even crazier. With all the changes, how has SGO taken a step back and adjusted your business plan, your approach to your tools, your outlook to support the business?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The world is changing a lot. And several years ago, we decided to evolve a little bit our business model, trying to make it even better for our customers and for everybody. And the way to do it was to move a little bit the center of the relationship more towards the direction of the professional services and not that much the technology. Because at the very end, the technology should be the glue, should be the elements needed in order to provide a strong solution, but actually making that solution custom made for the customers is extremely important. So we decided to evolve our way to do business in that direction. And we did that in two different ways. In one way, we tried to make the technology easier to access, so more people could get access to our technology. And we did that by creating the online shop and introducing in the industry the subscription model, a very inexpensive subscription model for the technology. So users were able to put hands on the technology very, very easily. But in parallel, providing when required customization services, professional services, to give the high-end people and the people that require some special kind of solution, give them the knowledge of the team and helping them to build something very specific. So those things together are helping us to build a healthier, way more healthy relationship with the people, because actually it helps the people really to put the money where the need is, which is building something special for them, and also helps the highly demanding big companies to get top services when they need to do something custom made. But at the same time, it helps the small companies to put hands on the technology, because as I said, the introductory prices are extremely affordable, and altogether also help the customers to be always updated. So we did that change in order, as I said, to try to evolve the business model to something that is even better for the people. And we are extremely happy with the results, because with this new approach, we are having a relationship with a bigger number of companies. A lot of people trust in our technology, and we are having quite a lot of success stories in all the range of the sizes of the companies. We have huge companies that are really getting advantage of our services we can provide in order to build something specific for them. And there are a lot of small companies that are just using the technology because they don't really need something special, and they pay an inexpensive amount of money and use it. So yeah, we are very, very happy with this evolution.
So they're able to access the subscription model and just utilize the technology. And workflows also changing rapidly. Are there specific workflow bottlenecks that SGO has been focused on recently? How are you supporting users that way?
Oh yeah, indeed. The workflows itself is a very interesting story in the evolution of the industry, because if we look backwards, like not many years ago, the production and post-production flows were very, very much technology centric. So the complexity was in the actual technology that you were using to do the technical challenges of the production. But nowadays, that is, but the delivery at those times, many times, was even a Betacam tape. So actually, the deliver it was extremely simple. But now that has completely changed. Now the technological problems and the technology involved in the production and the post-production are just a piece, but the whole workflow becomes a problem because many times you need to embed metadata, deliver quite a lot of different formats to multiple people that could be in different locations, working, for example, in the VFX or working in the editorial. And so the workflow has become a huge need in the market, and for that reason we did deliver the workflows product, because we think it's the ideal solution for the companies that really need to build a workflow for the specific needs that they have, because the number of workflows, the potential is unlimited. I mean, the differences between the workflows in one company and another, they share the same concept, but the details are always different. So we thought it was great to have a very flexible technology to give them the possibility to build workflows in two different ways. In one way, to give there are big companies that have IT departments, they do their scripts and they automate their workflows. Well, for those guys, we have created something that will help them to work faster, because we will pretty much put a user interface on top of their script so they can visually change the workflows on a day-by-day basis and adapt it to new needs, so we can help them to evolve their workflows very rapidly. And in parallel, for the small companies, those that do not have those IT departments, we can help those guys to just use tailor-made workflows to do the typical deliveries and do things like, for example, sending the final delivery to Aspera with using Aspera to the final customer, or using Signian, or using FTP server, or send notifications, etc. So all of those things that are the challenges of the today workflows are altogether fixed by the workflows technology.
And that's Mistika workflows.
Exactly, that's Mistika workflows. Mistika workflows was born based on the Mistika technology. We have been developing technology for the post-production industry for quite a big number of years, more than 20. And so during this time, we have put together quite a lot of different tools that allow us to do quite a lot of things. In the past, we were using those things only for finishing, so to do VFX or to color grading, but actually we decided it was good to spin off one part of that technology and focus it to help people to automate the workflow itself. So not that much the technical aspects of the post-production, but also the workflow itself.
Well, you actually just said the magic word. Let's dive into automation a little bit. Some people still have a hesitation. Other people want to automate as much as they can. What areas are you focused on automation for right now? And where do you think the human element still comes into play?
Well, in general, automating workflows is as much as possible is key in order to be productive, because it saves a huge amount of money and time is money, obviously. So we think the more technology we can have in order to automate the workflow, the better. And the idea that we have for that is that using workflow, we are proposing ways to get any potential workflow you can imagine, and I can give you a couple of examples, but pretty much define your workflow and completely automate it. And then there is some points where you need human intervention to validate and to make sure that things are what they are expecting to be. Well, then you have the people doing what people should do, which is doing the job when they can add value, when they can do something that's really help the final delivery to be better or to be faster, or just to check the final tick to make sure everything is perfect, but not wasting the time of the people putting metadata into a XML file or things like that. So, for example, nowadays, some examples of this kind of production, that is very typical when you are doing a production, that the first thing you do is you get the footage that is coming from the shooting, and you need to deliver versions to the editorial team that could be in a specific color space, in a specific format, and maybe that version to the editorial team can be, you need to send it using any delivery method. It could be, let's say, for example, Aspera, just as an example. But at the same time, you have the VFX people that will do all the VFX stuff on the production, and you need to give the version, the very highest end resolution version, maybe EXR in linear color space, because they will need to do VFX. Well, if you can get the system and automate generating the editorial content, you can get the system and automatically generate the EXR version of the content for the VFX people. And whenever you finish the production, chances are that you will need to pack that production into a specific file format, and you will have to put inside information about the cast, about the descriptions of the content, and building a XML file, for example, with all of that information, pack everything together and deliver it to your customer. Well, all of those workflows of information through the complete pipeline can be completely automated with Mistika workflows.
Anything else that you think folks need to know about that SGO is up to these days?
Well, yeah, I would add something that is very, very important, because I did mention before that actually the number of potential workflows that you can see in the industry is unlimited, because every single company has a different approach. And in order to help covering all of those things is why we developed workflows completely Python scriptable. So the core of the system is 100% Python capable, so people can actually get the technology, and if it is not able to do something by itself, it can be developed, and you can customize the technology to your specific needs, which is pretty interesting, because it pretty much destroy any limitation, any frontier in the possibilities of the software.
And can users do that themselves, or they would go back to SGO to work with you to get where they need to be? Or
exactly. Both options. That's one of the beauties, and because at the very end you will find people that want to do the things by themselves, but there are other people that may not have the time, or just because we obviously know very well the technology, so we are very productive, come to us looking for custom-made developments to implement workflows in their facility. And this goes to the thing we mentioned at the beginning about the business model, because that helps us to really put the focus in the relationship with the people, in the services with the people, so people can spend the money where the real value is, which is building something extremely strong for them. Because don't forget that at the very end, the entry point of the software in the shop is starting at 49 euros a month. So it's not really a huge expense. But if you want to really build something extremely special and you need our help on that, we can help a lot.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm glad we covered that as well today. And Miguel, it was lovely seeing you. Thank you for joining us. Fingers crossed, we'll be in the same room together doing this the next
Hopefully. Time. It will be great. Maybe next year we can have a chat, sharing a beer or something.
Or a glass of Spanish wine.
Oh, that would be great.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. That's us saying goodbye from Post Perspective TV.